looking stressed cause we up now, they up next. Said we up now, they up next. Up next, got you in your feelings upset. Upset, said I'm up to bat, you on deck. On deck, have my best stress cause we up now, they up next. Up next, said we up now, they up next. Up next, got you in your feelings upset. Upset, someone said that I was up next. I said I'm up now with no mean of disrespect. I don't be at the gym, so I don't need to flex. You regret moving on to the next and making me your ex. Yeah, I roll up whenever you feeling stressed. Treat you with respect and never settle for less. Life's a game of chess, don't let it get you in check. She like when I pull her hair and grab her by her neck. Got her on her back until she break a sweat. She like rocking my polo shirts and rocking my polo sweats. Laying down after sex with her head on my chest. She whispers that you're the best, please don't turn out like the rest. Yeah, we up now, they up next. Up next, got you in your feelings upset. Upset, said I'm up to bat, you on deck. On deck, at my best, looking stressed cause we up now, they up next. Up next, said we up now, they up next. Up next, got you in your feelings upset. Upset, said I'm up to bat, you on deck. On deck, at my best, just looking stressed cause we up now, they up next. Up next, said we up now, they up next. Up next, got you in your feelings upset. Upset, forget about your past, we can make it fine. Focus on your future and stop wasting time. Want you to have the same last name as mine. I coined the phrase, so please don't change your mind. Married to the money, dollar signs made me blind. Did the crime, so bars was what I was behind. Mama said that I'm a star, that I'ma shine. That I'm too smart to be locked up doing time. She said you need to grab a mic and speak your mind. Don't be afraid to have people that you leave behind. You're born alone, so ride alone, you die alone, and that's bottom line. It's NTS to the death and the day we shine. Yeah, said we up now, they up next. Up next, got you in your feelings upset. Upset, said I'm up to bat, you on deck. On deck, at my best, looking stressed cause said we up now, they up next. Up next, got you in your feelings upset. Upset, said I'm up to bat, you on deck. On deck, at my best, stress cause said we up now, they up next. Up next, got you in your feelings upset. Upset, said I'm up to bat, you on deck. On deck, at my best, looking stressed cause yeah. Said we up now, they up next. Up next, got you in your feelings upset. Upset, said I'm up to bat, you on deck. On deck, at my best, you is looking stressed cause we up now, they up next. Said we up now, they up next. Up next, got you in your feelings upset. Upset, said I'm up to bat, you on deck. On deck, at my best, stress cause we up now, they up next. Up next, said we up now, they up next. Up next.
What was the delay there? You forgot?
No, I didn't forget. I was figuring.
You can say you forgot.
No, we were going with these just pictures.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
You could have done it a little longer, or at least gave me a heads up.
I told you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here on a Friday for you, coming at you, and we got negative comments already. You know, we don't have to do the show on Fridays for you guys, but I will say, yeah, 7:30-ish is wild. It is 8:15 almost, and we are finally getting going, and we can't blame Ben for this one. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a long day at work today, so I do apologize, but got a little bit of a show for you guys. We're going to do some picks, and we're going to kind of give you what this means this week. A lot can happen. So, all right, Johnny boy, you ready to dive right into it?
I guess so.
What do you mean, you guess so? You got something to say for the crowd, the fans,
No,
the league? Nothing?
just wiped.
Yeah, it was a long day. Thanks for your help today, pal.
Anything
Thanks for getting the show today. All right, well, we're going to start with the East Conference here. Some say the least, some say the weak. Right now, we're just saying the East. All right, number 1 seed, Best Buds is safe. They actually clinched the number 1 seed and the bye. They have tiebreakers over the Greek Gods and Explosion. So, you know, a lot of the guys can take this week off if they really want to. I don't know if they will. But kind of a meaningless game for them against the Phantoms this week. So Best Buds safe. sitting pretty. They will get the bye and the number 1 seed. And if listen, I'm putting this together. I really put some time and effort into it today. But I could be wrong about anything. I could miss something. So if I miss something, just comment. Let me know if I'm not seeing something. Because, again, the possibilities are almost endless. It's kind of insane. In previous seasons, 2-3 weeks before playoffs, we can almost see a lot develop and what's going to be on the line. And I've never seen this many options. Unless I'm looking in John's dating apps. Oh, options galore.
Allegedly.
You couldn't just hit the button.
No, I'm too lazy right now.
Wow, you really aren't built for a 10-hour workday, huh?
Buddy, my 10 hours and your 10 hours, totally different fucking hours.
Wow.
Allegedly.
You're only getting paid for 10, I'll tell you that.
Buddy, we get paid?
Oh, shoot. All right, so best buds safe and out of play-ins. They'll have the bye. Good to go. Now, in the play-ins is the boys. They play Air Raiders this week. The boys do have tiebreakers over Block Party. So, if Block Party loses, there could be bumping out of the 10 seed, so they might be able to play out of that. What? I had a train of thought and I lost it. So the boys in the plans. Soul Reapers and Block Party sitting at 3 and 5, holding the 8 and 10 spot right now, play each other. Soul Reapers have tiebreakers over Spartans and Phantoms, which could help. One thing to note, Soul Reapers only have 1 loss this season. Out of the 5 of over 1 score, everything's been 1 score or less. So a lot of close games for that team. I think there's an outside possibility that if Soul Reapers did win this game or Block Party does win this game by a substantial amount, they might have some help in the tiebreakers if other people lose. I don't think they're definitely in the play-ins, and I could be wrong, but one of them is definitely going to be in the play-ins because one of them is going to lose. The winner of this game has a real outside shot to getting out of the play-ins. Block Party over here at 3 and 5 will play Soul Reapers, like I just said. They got tiebreakers over Phantoms and Air Raiders, so might help them out. Hold on, I gotta write something.
The spray, it can help.
It could. Never know. All right, so that being said, on the bubble in the East here, we got Greek Gods, Explosion, Air Raiders, Phantoms, Entity, Spartans, all fighting for these last playoff spots. Now, there is a possibility, I believe, that a 5 and 3 team can lose here and get bumped down to the play-ins if there's a ton of tiebreakers. A lot of teams have key wins. We'll take Greek Gods. If they win, they will clinch the number 2 seed. I think I figured that out. If they lose and they need the Spartans to lose to avoid play-ins. Otherwise, it could go to a multi-tiebreaker. They do have their tiebreakers over Air Raiders, Phantoms, and Entity. So that could be real big. Any comments, John? You looking at them? Anything worthy to bring the show?
Just people are really excited that we're on. Babe, wake up. Tambo Time is on. Tambo Time for president, even though there's 2 of us.
Well, we could co-president, right?
Oh, I like it. All right, back in on that one. Wild season all around. Entity going out sad. And Skeff, welcome to the real league shit, baby.
All right, well, we have Explosion, 5 and 3. They do play Greek Gods, so this is a key matchup. So one of them is going to win and clinch the number 2 seed. One of them could lose and potentially be in the play-ins. If they lose, they'll need Spartans to lose. If Explosion loses, they'll need Spartans or Phantoms to lose to avoid the play-ins. Again, if that doesn't happen, there could be a huge multi-tiebreaker to show these off here or decide these factors. All right, we had Air Raiders 4-4 playing the boys. If they win, I got their most likely in. I can't even go definitives here. I just got to go with the odds because there's, again, I got such a headache trying to do this, and I almost threw this fucking paper out the window because I'm like, there's so many possibilities. But I'm like, no, I gotta try to map it out for these people.
You got to give the people what they want, Steve. They're asking about it on Tuesday, and you fulfilled today.
Yeah, and I was sick Tuesday. I do apologize. And I fight with refs like 5 days a week. I didn't need to do it on Tuesday. But that fight will happen. There was a couple of questionable things that were said about me that
buddy.
day. Yeah,
They sent me a clip that I have not shared yet, but I was waiting for you
of me?
Get off your deathbed before to give you the okay if we share it or not. Not right now. Just remind me after.
You've had 3 days to tell me.
I didn't care. I just remembered now.
Is it of me?
No, it was during the show, but they
Oh.
clipped it. And just, it's more for Ben, really, because, Ben was the hit of Tuesday.
Yeah, we're gonna have to end that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gone one day. All of a sudden, Ben's the man.
I don't even know how it happened.
All right, back to Air Raiders and the boys. Again, Air Raiders win, most likely in. If they lose, they need a lot of teams to lose in order for them, I think, to for sure be safe, or it's definitely going to a point differential. They do have tiebreakers over Entity, Spartans, and Soul Reapers, which will help them in the long run. We got Phantoms. Phantoms at 4-4. They're playing Best Buds. Who knows if Best Buds going to even show up? They don't need to. Phantoms win, most likely in. Tiebreakers over Explosion, Spartans, and Air Raiders. So some key victories there as far as the playoff standings do go here. All right, Entity and Spartans will play each other. They're both 4-4. Loser in the play-ins, most likely. Winner is in the playoffs, most likely. Again, a lot can happen with the tiebreakers and who wins who here. I think it's very difficult to tell. But what I do have is top to bottom, tiebreaker point differential of the 8 teams that are in contention. And I think, obviously, this will help determine who's going to seed pretty well. Unfortunately, at number 8, we have Block Party coming in with a minus 19 point differential. Then at 7, we have Spartans with a minus 14 point differential. Then we have Greek Gods, who are, yes, 5-3. But if they did lose and drop down, they really could put them, I mean, depending on either head-to-head, but if it becomes a big mishmash of 5 and 4 teams, they could get bumped to play-ins. They're minus 13. Phantoms are minus 11. Soul Reapers minus 7. So there's only 12 points separating 4 to 8. 5 teams. It's not a lot. You can gain 12 points in a game. That definitely can happen. Entity minus 3. Air Raiders a whopping plus 24. An Explosion just killing it with a plus 57. So I think the point differential is really going to come in a factor here for the East. And you know what, John? Why don't we pick the games here? I'll go over them real quick.
All right. Do you want a recap of where we're at for the games, or do you want?
Do you have the score? I don't have them.
I have it.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
So CMAC still in the lead, 35-35 on the year. So barely breaking even here, not even knowing what he's doing. I'm at 28-42, still hopeful.
7 games behind.
Shut the fuck up, all right? You know how you got to that math? Because you carry the 1 over 6, that's 7. Shut up. You're at 31-39. Not much better.
So I'm 4 games behind.
Yeah, not
All
much
right.
better. Douche.
7 games is a lot to make up in a 10-game thing.
Well,
All right.
I'm about to go perfect.
All right. Best Buds and Phantoms.
Why,
Who you taking here?
why did you go that?
What do you mean?
It's not even the order of when they're playing.
Yeah, no, I understand. I have all the games written down here.
Do you want me to tell you what Connor picked first? And then
Nah,
you go
fuck him.
second?
We know this.
All right.
If you need to,
I have his picks. That's why I'm asking. It might help you. It might hurt you. If you don't want to know.
I don't
fine.
care. If I
Alright.
beat him, I'm gonna beat him blindfolded.
So I'm going Phantoms.
I'm going Phantoms as well here.
That's good because he picked Best Buds.
Yeah, I mean, I think not the obvious pick because I don't need to be, clotheslined by donuts and halves at the same time.
Donut's been talking a lot of shit, and he's going to get that ass whooping.
Donuts?
Yeah.
By you?
Yeah. He's
All right,
running his
listen,
mouth.
If shit hits the fan with donuts and John, I do not own John anymore.
Thanks, buddy.
Nice knowing you, pal.
As long as Skeff is not around, I think I can take him.
Oh, well, Skeff jumps in, then I got to jump in. And,
For
I
sure.
gotta be
Yeah, all
real
right.
firm.
So you get Skeff, I get Donuts. Got it.
I don't think we get anybody, but an ass whooping.
Probably.
All right. Taking Phantoms here. Yeah, I don't know. If Best Buds, they might take the week off. Some of those guys like to relax, rest, party. I don't know.
You've only said it like 5 times, so hopefully they take the hint.
Yeah. But I think Phantoms have a lot's on the line this game. They, I wouldn't say need to win it, but they kind of need to win it. Really, really make a statement going into playoffs here. All right. Next up on my list, I got Greek Gods and Explosion.
You're up.
I'm up.
Yep. Well,
Well,
I don't know.
you know my motto here,
Yeah, I do.
and it's not X gonna give it to you. It's in Mike Howe I trust.
And I'm going to jump on the train here and pick Explosion as well. I need wins. And Connor did as well.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Fuck! Wow, Greek Gods. Greek Gods have had some great wins lately, and I mean they're 5-2 when Jacob's there, which is great, and still no respect around the league. Jacob Lapointe is not happy. All right, we already did that one. All right, the boys and Air Raiders here. The boys playing for, honestly, maybe some standings here.
Oh, Connor can fucking comment, but he can't be here.
Well, good thing he's getting paid to work.
Is he? I thought he was on recreational time.
Oh, I have no idea. What's he doing? Or what did he comment?
He just said the boys to the ship.
All right,
He
you're
must
up
be
here.
drunk. I'm going to go Air Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going to go Air Raiders, too. Who did Connor take?
Air Raiders.
That bastard. No faith in his team.
Who'd you pick last week, Steve? They're in our game.
No.
Oh.
All right, next up here, we have Soul Reapers and Block Party.
Europe.
Yep. I feel like this is going to be a 68-67 game.
Probably. Wasn't it a last game like that? They lost by 1 point.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be high scoring. Again, this is for at least a shot in the play-ins or playoffs. Losers definitely in the play-ins. I'm going to go Block Party.
I'm going to go Reapers. And Connor also went Reapers.
Sweet. All right, Entity and the Spartans. I think the last game in the East we got to pick here.
I'm going to go Spartans.
I'm going to go Entity.
Sweet. Because Connor also went Entity.
Fucker. What a bitch. Oh, am I allowed to say that on YouTube?
We've been on for a couple minutes.
Past the 1 minute mark?
Yeah,
We're
we're
good?
at 19.
right.
You're okay.
Connor, you suck.
Yeah, Connor, you're a bitch.
All right. So, North a little more clear cut, kind of, with the options, I believe. Still a lot can happen. All right. Right now, safe from play-ins, we got Nuketown, Purple Haze, and Road Warriors. And I believe those are the only teams safe from the play-ins. Now, a lot on the line here. Nuketown versus Road Warriors. Winner gets number 1 seed.
Potentially.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I got Nuketown here. They win against Road Warriors, and they get the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
So that they're in like Flynn if they win. They lose against Road Warriors, and Purple Haze loses. Nuketown will remain number 2 seed. If both Road Warriors, if Road Warriors beat Nuketown and Purple Haze wins, Nuketown will drop to the number 3 and lose that bye. So, a lot riding here on the game. Hold on, I gotta write this down because I did a little different for both divisions. Okay, Purple Haze here. Win against Crazy Work. Will clinch a bye no matter what happens in the Nuketown Road Warriors game. Nuketown win and Purple Haze will get the number 2 spot. If Purple Haze wins and Road Warriors win, Purple Haze will have the tiebreaker and get the number 1 spot.
Cheaters.
If Road Warriors win and Purple Haze loses, they will drop to the 3rd seed. So a lot riding on this game. Who's Purple Haze playing?
Crazy Work.
Oh yeah, I just said it. Sorry.
You did. That's okay, buddy. That's what we're here for, team.
See, we could co-president.
Yeah, for sure. Are you vice and I'm president, or?
Who gets more time off?
Ooh, I think both.
Maybe. All right.
I like how that's your first question. Who gets more time off?
Well, Road Warriors here. We win against Nuke and we get a bye for sure. If we win and Purple Haze wins, we'll get number 2 seed. If we win and Purple Haze loses, we'll get number 1 seed. If we lose, we're number 3 seed no matter what. So a lot riding on that game. Those are the 3 teams that are safe. North play-ins here. Pog and Self-Made are in the play-ins no matter what happens. Pog at 2 and 6 will play Touchdown Mafia. If Pog wins, or this game right here will determine if Pog wins, they'll avoid the 9 or 10th spot, I do believe, because it will drop. It could drop Touchdown Mafia. Well, it will drop Touchdown Mafia, and they'll have the tiebreaker. And then it depends on what Self-Made does, but I believe Pog has the tiebreaker over Self-Made.
Correct.
So win, and they're out of the toilet bowl. Could you ever think that was going to happen?
I know. Who would have thought that?
Who would have thought?
The fuck Bobby's getting
Pog-
out of the play-ins.
Pog Patrol, not out of the play-ins, just out of the toilet bowl. They're in the play-ins for sure. But really turning that season around. So this is going to be a big test, especially if Jordan shows up. I'd like to watch this game. A lot of some stuff on the line here.
Yeah.
Self-Made, who's still in the play-ins, will play Cowabunga. A win could avoid the 9 or 10 spot for Self-Made. I believe they need Pog Patrol to lose. Any comments here? A loss for either team will put them in the toilet bowl no matter what. A loss for both will put them both in the toilet bowl.
Bobby just said, who would have thought the fuck Knicks would be fighting for a bye? Gene said Purple Haze at the number 1 spot sounds pretty good. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, in the mix here, first and foremost, we got Playmakers. They're sitting at 4th spot right now, but they're 4-4. They play Sicko Mode, which this game kind of has the biggest implication on this division. If they win, they're in. Now, if they lose and Touchdown Mafia loses, Playmakers are still in. Oh, I'm sorry. If Playmakers lose, they need Touchdown Mafia and Crazy Work to lose, and then they're in. They have the tiebreaker over Cowabunga if it gets to that point. Now, Sicko Mode and Playmakers. For Sicko Mode side of it, they win and they're in. If they lose and Cowabunga loses, they're in. They have tiebreakers over Crazy Work and Touchdown Mafia. So, top 3 spots are locked. All these other teams right now that we're talking about are fighting for the last 2. And one of them will be taken by this game here. So then basically everybody's fighting for one more. Cowabunga at 3 and 4, playing self-made. If they win and Crazy Work and Sicko Mode lose, Cowabunga is in at number 5. They have the tiebreaker over Touchdown Mafia. Crazy Work at 3 and 5 versus Purple Haze. If they win, Touchdown Mafia loses, and Sicko Mode wins, they're in. So they need Sicko Mode to win. They need Touchdown Mafia to lose, and they need to beat Purple Haze. So an outside shot here. I mean, I think the best chance they need a lot of help, but the first and foremost, they got to win that game against Purple Haze. They do have tiebreakers over Cowabunga and Playmakers. Touchdown Mafia and Pog Patrol. I think Touchdown Mafia is in if they get a win and Playmakers get a loss. Yeah. Yeah, that's because Crazy Work needs Touchdown Mafia to lose. And yeah, so even TDM at 3 and 5. They got a couple tiebreakers over Playmakers and Crazy Work, which are huge tiebreakers in this go-to here. But a win and a Playmakers loss, they're in. So a lot can happen here in the North Division. Not as much as the other division, but it looks like the North Division will come down to more head-to-head, probably more than anything. The East Division will come down to point differential. All right, Johnny boy, let's go.
All right.
Nuketown, Raw, Road Warriors. Who are you taking?
I'm going, shocker, Road Warriors.
All right, who did Connor take for this one?
He picked Nuketown.
Okay, I'm taking Road Warriors. I didn't even need to ask. I actually knew he was going to take them. He told me. All right, Purple Haze and Crazy Work.
You're up there, Chief.
I'm going to take Crazy Work with the upset.
I'm going to go Crazy Work too, just because that'll be beneficial for us.
All right.
He picked Purple Haze.
Pog Patrol and Touchdown Mafia.
I don't know. I'm going to go Pog.
All right, that tells me Connor took Touchdown Mafia.
No.
Are you telling me he didn't?
I'm not telling you anything. You said you didn't want to know.
I don't. That tells me he's taking Touchdown Mafia.
My pick has nothing to do with his. I feel
Yeah,
Pog
okay,
might
buddy.
win. All right, eat shit. I don't care.
Did Jordan tell you it wasn't going again?
I have no idea.
Oh, you're going to be a herb, huh? Buddy, it's us against Connor. You would know that. Come on.
Yeah, I would definitely probably lean towards maybe not to the. Basically, Tom's not there. Keo's not there. Keo's not there. So I don't know if Jordan's going, but as of Thursday, he was not responding.
Who said that?
Tom.
He was not responding to the group chat, or
Correct.
the fuck's TD Mafia doing? They have a chance to avoid the play-ins? Playing Pog Patrol? I'm still going to go TDM. I think they're full of shit. I think they're fucking with you.
All right, that's fine.
Connor took TDM?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I knew it. Self-made and Cowabunga. I'm gonna go self-made.
Piece of shit.
I think Riley's really gonna try to stick it to Ben
Same.
in more ways than one.
I felt he might be fired up for this one. This one, he does not want to lose.
Who did Connor take?
Boom boom.
All right. Honestly, this might be the game of the day. playmakers in sicko mode. It is official. They are betting the boom, boom, boom thing on this game
I think they should.
to own the rights to it. I think that's on the line too.
Wouldn't they have to play air raiders too? Then? Pew pew pew.
Yeah,
We need more. We need better sounds.
I know. I keep telling you guys, but
Buddy, if I can figure it out, I would.
I know. Yeah, trust me, you do a lot. I'm not busting your balls. All right, playmaker sicko mode. Who's up first? You or me?
I think it's me. I'm gonna go sicko.
Johnny boy's going sicko.
Even though I'm a little upset about the media Monday, we didn't really get enough. Like ours was kind of lackluster.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Senior doesn't. He hates us, so
He was very upset after the game. That's for sure.
I'm going to playmakers. Probably because I was talking a ton of shit from across the field, just so I had enough time to run if he came after me.
It's weird. That's where we parked, and you're jumping in the truck.
I hopped into the back real quick.
And Connor picked sicko.
Yeah, I knew he would have. All right. We picked Cowabunga. Did we pick Crazy Work in Purple Haze? We did.
Yes, we did. I think that's
Did
all.
we cover all of them? We got one,
believe so.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that should be it.
Yep, we got 10 on here.
Yeah, this is interesting. Dang. You want to kind of give our predictions on who's going to be safe after this weekend?
Yeah, why not?
All right. This might hurt some feelings, but give them what they want. All right, let's go to the East. So best buds are safe. The boys are in the plans. So you're picking everybody else here. So who do you think? You need to pick 4 teams out of the 8 that are left. Who do you think's making it? Now, be careful because Entity does play Spartans, so you can't pick both because they won't make it.
Yeah. I picked Air Raiders, but I feel they probably have the highest chance to probably drop, and then Spartans might sneak in, and Phantoms get in too. But Explosion, Greek Gods, and those 3 will stay at the top.
So you're gonna say Explosion.
Best buds.
Now remember, Explosion and Greek Gods play each other.
I know, but I don't think they're gonna drop
Okay.
further than 5.
So Explosion, Greek Gods. Obviously, you got Best Buds in there. You got 2 more teams to pick.
I said Phantoms and I think Spartans.
Okay. Phantoms and Spartans, right?
Yeah. This is a lot better picking than when I picked 2 teams from the same conference last time.
Yeah, I bring that up. What are you gonna remind everybody of a fucking?
Because
goober
we're
you are?
evolving. We're getting better here. We're presidents now.
All right. So obviously, yeah, Best Buds because they're already in. Oh, all right. I'm definitely I'm taking Explosion because I think they're gonna win that game. I can hear Jacob charging up the car right now. He's pissed. I think Air Raiders get out of this. I need 2 more.
Yeah. So, do you think Greek Gods slip, or did you
I'm debating, but in order for them, I think to slip all the way. No, so for them to slip all the way, Phantoms need to beat Best Buds. And I did pick Phantoms, but if Best Buds shows up, I'm gonna go Entity because I think they're gonna win.
did you give a scenario where Reapers or Black Body could slide into 5? Or no chance.
If Entity and Spartans are gonna play, one of them's gonna bump up to 5 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay. If So Explosion and Greek Gods, one of them is going to go to 6-3. The other one's going to go to 5-4. So those will be 6. You got Best Buds. You got 6-3, and then 2 5-4 teams. So then they're fighting for one playoff spot. So if everybody else is 4-5, and Soul Reapers has a better point differential at the end, they will take that lead. Unless there's somebody in the mix that has a tiebreaker against everybody else in the mix, which is the
I think the
head-to-head.
Spartans do.
Spartans don't.
They don't?
They don't have a tiebreaker against all those guys involved. I wrote it down.
I thought they did, or at least 2 of them.
I think that there's a lot of with 2, but now I know we talked about it last playoffs. If there's a tiebreaker between, let's say, 4 teams, okay, and I'm just using teams for example, it's Purple Haze and 3 other teams, and Purple Haze has a head-to-head win against all those teams, I think they're in, but I don't think we have a scenario where that's even possible here.
No.
I could be wrong, but all right. Best Buds, Explosion, Air Raiders, Entity, and I'm gonna say Greek God stay safe.
I think a lot has to happen for them
Right.
to drop out of 5.
Right. I'm gonna go with the odds there. All right. North. So this one might be a little easier for we're gonna get a lot more right in this one.
I think we only have to pick the last 2.
Right. Nuke, Perp. Oops. And Road Warriors. So who are the last 2 getting in, Johnny Cakes?
Oof. Can Boom Boom sneak in? I feel like that could happen.
Yep. So out of the 2, you have to pick Playmakers or Sicko Mode.
Yeah.
Because
I
the
know.
winner gets in. Yes, Boom can slide in.
I think it. Oh, do you know the tiebreaker between Boom Boom and Playmakers?
What do you mean?
Boom Boom won that game, right?
Oh, I'm in the East. Hold on.
I feel like they did. So then I think it's gonna be Sicko and Boom Boom then.
Boom Boom has a tiebreaker over Touchdown Mafia. Who did you ask me?
Playmakers. Who won between that?
Playmakers have the tiebreaker over Cowabunga.
Ah, so all right. So it's gonna be. I don't.
Why
So-
you think Sicko Mode's gonna win?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're picking Sicko Mode.
So it's gonna be Sicko Mode and Playmakers no matter what. Is how I'm feeling.
So if Playmakers lose, right?
Yeah, and
They need Touchdown Mafia and Crazy Work to lose,
yeah.
and they're in.
Oh, so maybe Crazy Work and Touch on Mafia is the move here.
They could slip in.
So Crazy Work might be the 5th seed potentially.
Crazy Work needs to win, and they need Touchdown Mafia to lose and Sicko Mode to win, which you're already picking.
Yeah. So I guess then, all right. So
Let-
Playmakers slide out and Crazy Work slides in. This is my pick.
Okay.
Rocker, I'll fight you on Sunday. Bring it.
All right, I'm going Playmakers. Playmakers winning that one. And that would automatically eliminate Touchdown Mafia from my... And then it would be Cowabunga slipping in, because if Sicko loses...
I would hate for the refs on Sunday with all these scenarios being in play.
Yeah, I mean, it really should be another day. But so Sicko, if they lose and Cowabunga loses, they're still in. So Cowabunga self-made. Oh, I did think self-made. So I think Playmakers and Sicko come out.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised by that, but I was trying to go for a long shot.
Yeah, no. It's. I mean, I wouldn't say it's. I there's a lot to happen. I don't think any of these teams are a long shot out of it, but they're not. You know, only Sicko and Playmakers that control their own destiny. Everybody else needs help. You know.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think we have the top 5 currently, but if something weird happens, I think Crazy Work slides in.
Did you do what I asked you to do for the show? And did you ask Connor?
Oh, I thought we were going to do that on Tuesday. We were going to announce it today, but then talk about it for Tuesday.
Okay.
I thought that's where we left.
That's fine. That's fine. Oh, in light of recent events, I might have to take one guy off of this list.
No, he might be the unanimous
I might
winner now.
have to give him extra, extra awards. All right.
Or
So,
somebody awards.
so Tambo Times going to do an award this year. It's, what do we call it? The Teammate of the Year award?
I think that's what we kind of hinted at last week.
Yeah. It's we have guidelines for the award, but we're not going to tell anybody.
There are guidelines.
There are guidelines, and they're going to be private, but we're trying to acknowledge other players that don't get acknowledged with some of these awards, and it's coming out of John's pay, so you guys can thank John.
Sweet.
And hold on one second. Sorry, I got a text that was.
Are you getting bribed here?
No, that was. I got a text that was kind of important. So
During the show?
sorry, it's a work one. I apologize. I'm not. Either way, I'll ignore it.
I
But
bet it hit off my hands.
tell me about it. So, yeah, we want to give back. We've had a lot of support over this, a lot of the seasons, but especially this one, and we appreciate the support. We like doing the show for everybody, and we feel it helps the league and it helps the community, and we want to give a little back. So that's what we're gonna do, and I think what we're gonna announce our top 3, top 5 people in the mix for it.
Yeah, we can do that on Tuesday.
And then we'll decide.
Yeah.
Or should we just not? And then just give the award instead of having 4 people.
Or do we keep the award?
Well, I mean, if it's for ourselves, I mean, if we qualify for an award, I mean, it's not our fault.
I mean, is this the award that we finally give Connor?
No chance.
All right.
Connor's award is being on the show, which he doesn't even take full advantage of.
But he complains about being fired and then doesn't show up. Is this job abandonment?
Yeah, that's 3 strikes, I think.
Yeah,
So.
no call, no show.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, anything you guys want to talk about before we end the show here? Thanks for tuning in on a Friday. I know y'all have lives, but I felt it was very important to do this before the weekend.
I mean, I'm glad that we are picking against playmakers because Rocker's calling it a Make-A-Wish award. That's messed up. If you're over 21...
Let me cross off Rocker on the list.
Yeah, if you're over 21, you can't get it anyways.
But yeah, I'm excited for this weekend. We're on season 8, almost in the books here.
I agree.
We should have did potential toilet bowl matchups. But just in case anybody doesn't know how it works, 5 teams in each division are safe. 5 teams make it into the play-ins. Your 10th seed will play your 9th seed first. Basically, to play the 6th seed. And then it becomes 6 will play the winner of 9 and 10. 7 will play 8. And then those winners play each other. So it's almost like a toilet bowl to get into the semifinals. We gotta ask Bova if he wants us to go live from the field as a show, or just do the lives.
This Sunday?
No. Play-ins. We kind of wanted to one. We got to make sure the games are recorded. You know what I mean? If
Yes.
people aren't available, it is what it is. But we kind of wanted to do something special where we broadcast live and announce the game as it goes.
I mean, we could go live for one game, like a side. The normal person goes live for it. We go live with our own version on the side, and I can broadcast the show kind of from my phone. Like you go live on your phone. I go live on my phone. We set up like a little table or something, or that picnic table.
No, I mean, I was thinking about just bringing the whole set. The camera, the fucking laptop.
The only problem is Wi-Fi.
We'll bump it off my phone.
All right. I mean, we can try.
It worked last time for me.
How are we powering everything?
A generator.
Oh, all right. We're getting fancy here.
Well, I did it. I did it by myself that one time.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. It was actually the season I think you played with. What was that team?
Carnivores?
Yeah, because we got kicked off of that field and we had to finish the playoffs at the other place.
I tried to block that season out.
Because of Booten or
I was booting.
poor Booten. But yeah, the problem is we're gonna only be able to broadcast from one game.
Yeah.
You know, so we were debating about it, and we might save it for semis and stuff. But we might be playing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's like we're definitely playing that day, so we wouldn't be able to do it.
yeah, we'll see. We'll figure something out for you guys.
It might be play-ins or nothing.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see some of you jabronis at the Saturday League tomorrow.
Unfortunately.
All right. Good night, Grease.
Good night, Spain.
Said we up now, they up next, up next. Got you in your feelings upset, upset. Said I'm up to bat, you on deck, on deck. At my best, you is looking stressed, cuz we up now, they up next. Said we up now, they up next, up next. Got you in your feelings upset, upset. Said I'm up to bat, you on deck, on deck. At my best, stress, cuz we up now, they up next, up next. Said we up now, they up next, up next. Got you in your feelings upset, upset. Someone said that I was up next. I said I'm up now with no mean of disrespect. I don't be at the gym, so I don't need to flex. You regret moving on to the next and making me an ex. Yeah, I roll up whenever you feeling stressed. Treat you with respect and never settle for less. Life's a game of chess, don't let it get you in check. She like when I pull her hair and grab her by her neck. Got her on her back until she break a sweat. She like rocking my polo shirts and rocking my polo sweats. Laying down after sex with her head on my chest. She whispers that you're the best. Please don't turn out like the rest. We up now, they up next, up next. Got you with